Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
Yo, what's up, LumioseStation? Today I have an Uber's Wi-Fi battle versus the base Dimi. Found him on Twitter. My team is SDE Killer, or SDRCS Normal, Primal, Kyogre, Shukaberry, Dialga, Geomancy, Xerneas, Primal Groudon, and Mega Salamence. So, pretty sure we're in for a fun battle. I love offense in Ubers. It's my favorite playstyle. And let's see what my opponent actually decides to bring. So my opponent also brings offense. A very, very scary offense, I might add, with Dio Lead, Groudon, Salamence, most likely E-Killer, Xerneas, and Darkrai. So my opponent has a very, very, very competent team. I'm definitely expecting him to lead off with his Deoxys, as it will be able to stop a potential sweep. It will be able to get hazards for free. I'm actually just thinking about what I want to lead off with, as that might actually be Sash Darkrai. I kind of want to lead off with my E-Killer, just because I can set up versus him and I can stop him from getting off like a screen or spikes. Basically, if I lead off with E-Killer and he leads off with Deoxys, he's going to be forced to taunt me, because I could go for +2 and potentially sweep him. So that's what I'm expecting him to fear. The good thing is I do have my Dialga in the back, which is a soft E-Killer check, because I do have Shukaberry. So as long as I get off some damage, I can survive any hit he wants to go for and knock him out with the Draco. So he does... Well, we're about to see what he leads off with. But I lead off with Arceus, as I'm expecting him to lead off with Dio, as he actually ends up leading off with Groudon. So that's fine by me. I really wish I kind of let off with my Dialga now. I wasn't expecting him not to lead Dio, because this looks like offense. Like, why would you... I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to SD up, because even though it is first turn, I want to sweep him with my Geomancy Xerneas. So in order to do that, I need to weaken his Groudon. So going to go right for SD, as I can get to +2 and weaken him with the +2 Earthquake. He should be able to survive that, because Primal Groudon is bulky as hell. But I will be able to weaken him, which is the point of sweeping him with, it aids in my Xerneas sweep, as Primal Groudon is a really, really solid Xerneas check. Not solid, as, there's ways of dealing with it. You weaken it for the, Xerneas, but yeah, it's looking like I can potentially sweep him with my Xerneas. So I do go for SD. I know it's turn 1, guys, and you might say, oh, why are you setting up turn 1? But I'm looking at the end game, as he actually ends up going for Stone Edge, possibly predicting my Salamence to come in, and it's going to work out for him, because he ends up getting off a crit, which is a little bit annoying, but I should be able to get off a lot of damage with the +2 Earthquake, as I actually end up OHKOing this Groudon. I did not expect that, so he was definitely offensive, as a Groudon is gone, and that leaves a lot. That leaves a lot for my Xerneas to potentially sweep him, as I still have enough HP to the point where, well, I mean, I outspeed the majority of his team, but I should be able to do a lot of damage, as he actually ends up leading off with Salamence, or bringing out Salamence, sorry. Now, I do have Stone Edge, which is like my little trump card, because it hits Ho-Oh, it hits Mega Salamence, it hits Defensive Yveltal and Lugia, and it does a lot. So this is a +1 Stone Edge coming off of my Arceus. Unless I miss, which would suck, I'm in a really good position if this does hit. It might not be able to pick him off, but it might not be able to knock him out at +1, but it will do a lot, as I do end up connecting with my Stone Edge, as Salamence does end up going down. So he was definitely not a bulky Salamence. I could tell, though, just based on his team, this was offensive, and he definitely was not expecting me to clean knock him out with that +1 Stone Edge. But he ends up going out into his Arceus, again, because I do have my Shuka Dialga to basically pick this thing off after, as long as I get off a bit of damage. Unfortunately, I do not end up getting off my damage on this thing, but I am able to severely dent my opponent's team, as I believe now I can just go right on to my Salamence, get off that Intimidate, and just get off a +1 Double Edge on, or even a regular Double Edge. I don't want to risk him having Ice Beam. It would actually suck, but I'm actually going to go for Dragon Dance. I'm thinking he's just SD Earthquake, Extreme Speed, and then Shadow Claw. If he does have Ice Beam or Stone Edge, it's not necessarily bad, because he is -1, but we'll see how he wants to react. He does end up SDing up, which is fine because I will be able to take a +1 extreme speed and I should be able to knock him out. This is adamant +1 double edge after his life orb hit. If not, we'll see what happens, but I should be able to deal with this Arceus, especially because I already got off a lot of damage on his team. I'm not even scared about potential sweeps now. Xerneas could still be annoying, but because of all that damage I did to his team, I have my own Groudon at full HP to deal with it. So this is a +1 double edge. I eat up his extreme speed as I am able to knock him out with the double edge, and I do end up surviving the recoil, which is great. As all he has left is his Deoxys speed, his Xerneas, and his Darkrai. It's wild that he didn't end up leading off with Deoxys speed. And I guess the fact that he got off the Stone Edge Cray is the same thing as him going for Earthquake. So I do have Earthquake, which is what I'm going to go for. I'm not going to go for Double Edge, just in case he doesn't have an attack to hit me. He actually ends up going for Taunt, which is good because, like I said, I do have Earthquake. I didn't want to risk Roosting because of Taunt, and I'm not sure if he has Knockoff as an attack. It might be his only attack, and Earthquake breaks his Sash anyway, so he ends up going for Reflect. A really nice move on my opponent's part, as well, I mean, it's kind of too late. That's something I was fearing in the beginning, which is why I'm curious as to why he didn't lead off with that the Deoxys, but he probably expected something like me to lead off with something like my Salamence, I guess. I don't know, or maybe E-Killer and he wanted to damage me, but ends up going out to Xerneas now. I can just hit him with a +1 double edge, though he does have a Reflect up. This should do still a decent amount, as he will be able to get off a Geomancy, and unfortunately for my opponent, I get a crit. Now, I would have definitely been able to deal with this Xerneas, as I still did have my Primal Groudon in the back, as well as my Kyogre, which does have enough Spadef to take +2 Thunder. That's just really, really, really unfortunate for my opponent right there. He really couldn't do too much about that at all. Yeah, he really couldn't do anything about that. I feel bad about that, but it's unfortunate. But anyway, I'm gonna go out to my Primal Groudon, as the last Pokemon he has left is his Darkrai, and what I can do is just force him to go for Dark Void. Now, the reason I'm gonna be going out into my Xerneas right here on the Dark Void is because if he goes for +2 and basically +2 Dark Pulse, if this goes for +2, it can knock me out with Sludge Bomb. So by going out to Xerneas, I force him to go for Dark Void, obviously, and then he has to go for Nasty Plot after, and then either my Groudon or my Kyogre can pick him off. At the same time, I don't think I have to do that play. Actually, no, I can just sack my Groudon right here and try going for Thunder Wave, as he is going to go for Dark Void, which does end up connecting. Fine by me, as he's able to get off that, and I still do have my Kyogre in the back, so it's really unfortunate for my opponent that I did get that crit on his Xerneas. It just died. Mega Salamence is definitely the MVP in this game. Even E-Killer just put in so much work. The fact that I had Stone Edge just checked so much, and I'm going to go out into my Kyogre because I do have enough Spadef to take on this Darkrai, and I guess we'll figure out if it's Lumberry, it could be a bit more of a problem, maybe. I love the way Primal Kyogre looks, by the way, when it reverts. It's so big, and it just looks amazing, the colors and everything. So I'm able to go into my Primal Kyogre, as Darkrai is what I'm expecting to do is go for Nasty Plot right here, as he does end up Nasty Plotting up. And I guess it really depends on what item he's running. I don't think he's sub. If he's sub, then he doesn't have Sludge Bombs, which he can't take on my Xerneas. So it's good that I let my Groudon go to sleep. And if he's Life Orb, which I'm thinking, the only thing I have to worry about is him flinching me. So he doesn't end up going for Dark Pulse, leading to believe that he is definitely the Life Orb variant. That does a nice amount, as he does not end up getting out the flinch, which means I can T-Wave him, and that means that I will be able to check him with the combination of Kyogre if this doesn't even knock it out. This is a Rain Boost Scald. I'm defensive though. I don't have any special attack investment, but this thing has like over 300 special attack, or if it was level 100 without it. So I'm able to knock him out, and that is going to be a really short but really fun, fast-paced game. Had I not got the crit on his Xerneas, things probably would have been a bit differently. I would have been able to show off my my Kyogre set, which is actually Psych Up, Thunder Wave. So basically what I do is I Thunder Wave, and then I psych up on their attack. But I don't know if I would have been able to show it off, because either way, Groudon would have been in the back, and I could have T-Waved his Xerneas, but a bit unfortunate that I got that crit. I hope you guys all enjoyed. You know, feel free to leave a like if you did. You guys can go check out my channel and subscribe if you would like to see more Wi-Fi battles and showdown replays, or showdown lives rather. And of course, subscribe to LumioStation. So until next time, later.